Two items for you on the Russians. First off, this from Josh Earnest. Roll tape.
Mr. Trump obviously knew that Russia was engaged in malicious cyber activity that was helping him and hurting Secretary Clinton's campaign. And again, these are all facts that are not in dispute.
The Russians did it. They tried to help Trump. Now, Mr. Trump responded. Oh, this was last night, but watch this.
I had a great conversation with President Obama. And I said to him, no. Although this foolish guy, Josh Earnest, I don't know if he's talking to President Obama. You know, having the right press secretary is so important because he is so bad the way he delivers a message. He can deliver a positive message and it sounds bad. He could say, ladies and gentlemen, today we have totally defeated ISIS, and it wouldn't sound good.
Have you ever seen a president-elect? You ever seen anybody talk like that?
No.
No, you have not. Come on in, please. Fox News digital politics editor Chris Stirewalt. Look, this thing about the Russians and the hacking is extremely complex. So I want to just bring it all down to one question. Why can't we see the evidence? Why can't we have it made public so we can all decide? Why not?
Well, good morning to you, Dr. Varney. The issue here is probably partisan in the sense that there is a misapplication of appropriate definitions of the English language. We have on one side, or American English anyway, we have on the one side the word election, and we have on the other side the word campaign. It is obvious to all, of course, that the Russians had an influence on the campaign, the way that it was conducted. Their hacking informed hacks that resulted in damage to the DNC, that through WikiLeaks and John Podesta, and that affected the discussion. What no one has alleged, not even the staunchest supporter of Hillary Clinton, is that the Russians had anything to do with hacking the election. That is to say, the ballots, the votes, any of the outcomes. Democrats don't like how much or the way in which the things were discussed in the election, but nobody says that this election is void or invalid in any way.
Well, why can't we see the evidence that the Russians tilted the election towards Donald Trump? That's what the Democrats allege. Why can't we see that evidence?
So President Obama finds himself in an interesting pickle on this, doesn't he? He starts out and his administration is advancing the argument and advancing the case, the part that's obvious and the part that is not obvious about the Russians' involvement in the 2016 campaign. And then all roads lead back to who? To President Obama. Yeah. As Americans say, well, why didn't you prevent it? And now we find the news reported by NBC yesterday that, in fact, the White House thought that Hillary Clinton was going to win anyway, so they sat on the ball. They sat on the ball and did not respond to Russia. Astonishing.
This is a totally different spin on the story. It has changed remarkably. I think the Democrats are playing defense on this now. I think it's backfired against them. Chris, thanks for jumping in at the last minute there. We appreciate it, and we appreciate your clarity. We like that. Thanks very much.
Anytime. Glad to help.
Okay.